Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an Object 260. It's a tier 10 reward tank. It's located on the south spawn of Cliff Encounter, and it's under the command of Awppenheimer, and alongside him in the T95 FV4201 Chieftain is Twisted Rapture. So they're in platoon, and you've seen what these guys can do before. Let's see how they get on in this one. Well, the 260 is the Soviet Tier 10 Heavy, the one you get for completing all the missions up to the first stage. That's the first 4 sets of missions. Then, of course, you've got the next set to get to the 279E. And Awppenheimer has both sets. Now, the 260 is, well, it's a kind of like the IS-7, but it's a higher or a better design, you might say. It's got the same pike nose, but well, same pike nose, but it's got a pike nose and a very flat turret, as you can see, like the IS series. Once you get past the IS-6, and well, it's a very decent tank. So that's absolutely terrible, just calling it a decent tank. Well, it's got a 122mm gun, 440 alpha, and a reload time of 8 seconds, which is actually quite quick. 279E, oh, he comes up against his opposition straight away, and it's that, yeah, that tank. Yeah, he's bouncing rounds that are coming from 279E, and the other guy's doing the same on him. Oh, he can easily take those though, and he's being blocked from behind by one of his teammates, who obviously doesn't know how to play the game properly. Line up alongside, do not try to block someone. There goes the Progetto. In fact, actually it was Twisted Rapture who got the kill there. Okay, where's that 279E? Type 4, we can easily go through that. Yeah, 513, and he bounces the round that came back from the Type 4. That was an armor piercing round. Goes for the shoulders again, gets another penetration, but only 405. Just a low roll, as you know. Trying to go through the side of the vehicle, and probably, oh, he did manage to get through. He went to that there's a kind of skirt around the top of the tank there where you can actually pen. Okay, he's got the side of that GSOR, but the guy pulls back, realizing that he's in danger. There's the 279E showing us his ass, takes a round, but he fires one back, gets 374 to us, and he did pen our fuel tanks. And as you know, Soviet tanks, you get penned in the fuel tanks, so you need to fix them, because if you don't, you get a fire. If you get a fire, you're going to lose most of your hit points fairly quickly. Well, gets one into the 279E, but he took around in the tracks from the GSOR. Seen quite a lot of those GSORs around, but they're fairly weak on armour, but they do have that good gun which is capable of pumping out the rounds fairly quickly, but then it's got an incredibly long reload. In fact, we're seeing a lot of those ISU 152Ks around as well. I think most people who got the Bisonte are actually quite disappointed now they've got one. That's a dangerous opponent. There's the Foch B, but he's not heading this way, he's headed towards the edge of the cliff. And nicely aimed shot, went through the side for 447, which is the high roll. There are enemy behind us. Kramvan, he's backing up to see, can he get shots on these guys? This is awkward. This is an encounter game, which obviously is about the cap in the centre, but it means that the enemy has got most of the cliff edge area. They're holding the actual cap itself at this moment. We've got Twisted Rapture up there right on the ledge. They've basically got the donut as well, because there's an AMX-30 and a Charfuture 4 down that end. So we're in a bit of a pickle here, because we're caught between the devil and deep blue sea, because if the enemy comes around and shoots Awppenheimer in the ass, yeah, it's going to be difficult, because he's got a big nasty 279E in front of him. So probably better to get into this area here. We've got a bit of protection from those monuments on either side. The only thing you haven't got protection from is what's behind you, that Charfuture 4, who's poking. Didn't get that one in. Was spotted. I think the Char Future was looking in this direction. And I think Awppenheimer's decided, yeah, I've got to get rid of that problem. It's the only way of dealing with this. The Foch was looking this way. Yeah, he managed to escape that one. Okay, this is the area where even that previous battle, that Type 61 was sitting. You can see it's actually quite a good defensive position because it's actually a little hollow carved out from the rock. Well, it's just an opportune position to be in. There's the AMX-30. Where's the Char Future 4? Has he departed or has he gone around the other side? I think he's still here. And that AMX-30B is just holding that position and trying to tempt Awppenheimer out so the Char Future 4 can go to work on him. Yep, Awppenheimer's too smart to fall for this one. He needs some support from one of his teammates to really go for it. Oh, he's taking a risk. Just had a quick look to see where the Char Future 4 was. Couldn't see him. Doesn't mean he's not there though. The minimap's no help at all because the last known position of the Char Future 4 was in this area on the donut. It's annoying because there's not a lot he can do. There's the Jagdtiger on the enemy team. He's holding the other side of the path. There's the Char Future. Okay, now if he can get rid of the Char. Oh, missed that one. And the guy went up sideways on the rock, which meant that obviously he wasn't aware of his situation and his position. The guy's pulled back. Here comes the AMX. Angling for a shot. Tried for the cupola but didn't get it. He was just showing and offering a tiny bit of the cupola. But the Char Future 4 has come back into a position where he can be hit. And he takes a round for 4.39. The AMX-13 comes out for the opportunity to take a shot, but he bounces. Char Future has got angry, and that's the wrong decision to make, because now Awppenheimer can go defensive in this position and then just side scrape on these enemies and put shells into them. Yeah, they got angry. Bad decision by them. He tempted them to come to his strong points. Took around in the tracks. That AMX-13 now is, well, toast. Good night. Sweet Prince. And they now have the donut. And they just lost the 279E, but he just got hit from the sniper's nest by an ISU 152K. He's just working out where the guy is. No, he's not there, but he is in that sniper's nest area. He lost 758 hit points to the 152mm on that ISU 152K. Tried to get the Jaguar. I don't know if he got that one in. But we're now capping. Unfortunately, we lost Twisted Rapture during that moment. And, well, we've got two tank destroyers to deal with now. The Jagdtiger's down below. And then we've got that 152K over in the sniper's nest. I'm going to be careful when poking out here because the 152K will take advantage if he puts himself in a bad position. Yeah, he's well aware of the risk he's taking. He just can't use all the angles, and I'm not sure he can actually get a shot on that Jagdtiger without the 152 putting one into him. He's trying desperately to get a shot. Oh, he got one. And he bounced around. Or did he? That's hit. And the 152's come down from the sniper's nest. He's having to come down because he's having to go to the cap. And he's the last one left alive on the enemy team. So Awppenheimer's backing up because he wants to get a shot on that guy as he drives by. There he is. Oh yes! Into the engine bay! And that wins the game. So a fair bit of damage to the front of that Object 260, but it was a good game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And here's the end of battle stats for Awppenheimer in the Object 260. He managed to get a first class tanker in that game. He got a shell proof, spotter badge, duelist, fire for effect and a bruiser. Out of the battle hero medals, he picked up the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else in his team, and he picked up a steel wall when he blocked enough damage, at least 11 hits and the highest amount of block damage in the game. 10,231 was the win 8, so super income standard, easily the best in that game. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see that he did get the highest damage with 7,521 hit points. The next high scorer being the 60 TP, who managed to get a Top Gun and 5,809 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was that 60 TP. He got the best with 7 kills. Awppenheimer only got 3, alongside the Jagdtiger, the Kramvan on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was Awppenheimer again with 1,223. The 60 TP managed 1,118, and those are the only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000. Now, he was in platoon with Twisted Rapture in the T95 FE4001 Chieftain. He did 2,956 hit points of damage, sat above the cap area most of the time, stopping the enemy from getting in there and completing the cap. He also got 1 kill and 717 hit base XP, but unfortunately he did die during the game. So good try by him, but excellent work by Awppenheimer. 25 shots, 20 direct hits and 18 penetrations. Damage of 7,521 hit points, of which 868 were up more than 300 meters. He received 11 hits from the enemy. 2 of them penetrated and 9 non-penetrations. Just goes to show how tough the Object 260 is. 3,310 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 1,062 hit points of damage assistance in that game, or spotting assist. On a premium count, he earned 95,708 credits, got 83,976 for holiday ops. So his total was 179,684 credits, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away a profit of 31,980 credits, even though he fired a huge amount of premium ammo during that game. Well, he had to. He was up against some pretty tough opposition in the form of that 279E. He got 7 bonds for this being a premium vehicle. 1,834 XP times 2 for the first victory, 3,670 from holiday ops, and 92 because this is a premium vehicle, but because it's a reward one, you don't get as much XP from a reward as you do from a bought tank, and therefore he doesn't get much, but he does take away 7,431 experience points altogether. So the 260 is definitely a tank I would recommend that you get once you complete your first set of 4 missions, or your first set of 4 reward tanks, I should say. And I think most people, when they get the 260, they breathe a sigh of relief, but then you've got 2 sets to go through now, and then you've got to get all the next ones, the Union missions and the like, which is a little more complex, but obviously it's well worth it because you then get the 279E at the end of it. I hope you enjoyed that replay from Awppenheimer. If you did, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below because it feeds the YouTube algorithm, and we will be back with more replays, this time from Filipperino. Yes, he's been sending us a few as well, and I know you always enjoy Awppenheimer and Filipperino's replays because you get to see what the top end of the game can actually do, the top players in the game. Thanks for watching.